I definitely have a growth mindset. School was easy for me up until high school when I started getting concussions, and then school became a challenge. I knew I was smart, but I had been met with a challenge and I needed to try harder than I had been trying in order to succeed. I had supportive teachers and friends and parents that encouraged me to do the best I could. And my parents' philosophy is that as long as you are giving it everything you have, the grade doesn't matter. And I found this rule helpful because I found that when I gave school everything I could, the good grades came along with it. And I was given a lot of ability praise as I was growing up from everyone in my life, but I never realized it until I watched the video. I always wanted to make my parents proud, and I knew they were proud when I received that praise after I'd already reached the goal. But I think process praise would be beneficial to students as they grow up and learn how to learn. And I think that is what Carol Dweck meant by praise wisely. I think it would be hard to have a teacher or a mentor with a fixed mindset because they would not be as supportive as someone that had a growth mindset. They would focus more on the students that were already intelligent, already had their knowledge, than the students that were struggling in class. People with fixed mindsets normally believe that if you have to put in effort, you don't have as much ability as someone that doesn't. And that might not be the case. They might just not have the same resources as someone else in the class that seems to have more intelligence. And when they're faced with challenges or setbacks, they think they're not smart enough. And we don't want students to give up when they're in their classes. So that's why I think a fixed mindset would be difficult to have as a teacher. Where a growth mindset, teachers believe that when students are faced with challenges or setbacks, they just need to work harder and see it as an opportunity to learn and grow in their intelligence, which I think would be more beneficial than someone that just gives up when they face a challenge. A growth mindset doesn't mean equal ability, and a teacher needs to be able to recognize that some students are going to excel more than others, but it just means that no matter where a person is, they always have room for improvement, and I just think that's really important for a teacher and students to recognize. So Carol Dweck talked a lot about the power of yet, and I really loved what she had to say about it because students and teachers will never be perfect. So there will always be room to improve, and that is where our term yet comes into play. We all start at different levels of intelligence, and we all end at different levels of intelligence. The phrase "the power of yet" is also a great way to encourage struggling students. They're going to recognize that some of their other students are excelling more than they are. But if you can keep saying like, "Oh, you're going to get there," like you're just not there yet, it's just a great way to encourage them and let them know that one day they are going to reach that goal, even though it might take longer than the rest of the class. And it will give them the confidence that one day they're going to achieve that goal.